We're here with Justus Terry. We're at Manchester High School. What day of practice is this?
This first day of spring practice, we held off a little bit because of the incident we had, but now we're into it.
It was a very tragic incident, the second one that happened here. Kind of tell the folks what happened.
Sir, the incident just happened prom night, and I really don't know what happened. I just got the call that it happened, and it broke a lot of people. So now we all have to just come together and stay strong and pull each other up.
So a community racked by double tragedies. You had the passing away of one of your teammates before the playoff in the playoffs last year for the championship game. Had another one just the other night. Heartbreaking. What did it mean to get back on the field today?
The field. I released a lot of things on the field. It let me just express myself and how I feel. By being physical. So I use that as a way to just release things. And with everybody being around me, we all use that as fun and competition against each other. And at the end, we all just talk about it and hug and just grief.
Now, there was a little chirping going on in the middle of practice. You guys were out here, again, trying to put the little tragedy behind you a little bit. And I noticed on those first few scrimmages, guys and you're not in pads, you're just helmets, first day. But some guys were jumping up, talking a little trash to you.
Yes, sir.
It looked like you got a little ticked off, but all of a sudden, there are 3 bodies on the ground. What happened?
Sir, it just, we've been doing it for years, man. People, we out there playing and, everyone would think I'm gonna do something perfect every time. So anytime I, do anything wrong, they hold me up to that and they hold me accountable. So with them doing that, it come with trash talking, and they trash talk me. So, I'm gonna trash talk back, and then I just turn up, and then whatever happened after that, that will come with it.
What comes with it was guys laying on the ground going, what the hell happened? I talked to your coach. He said, yeah, he had a temper sometimes.
Yes, sir.
You don't seem to have, do you have a temper?
Yes, sir. It's sometimes, it's a switch that can be flipped on. I usually don't like to get to that side of me, but it's a switch. You can flip it on if just get too carried away sometimes, it can flip on.
Speaking of flipping things on, you were a Georgia commit for over a year.
Yes, sir. And
when we spoke to you at the Under Armour camp, where you won a lot of accolades and a lot of attention at the Under Armour camp up at Carrollton, you're like, hey, I'm fully committed to Georgia.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna take some visits. The coaches know about it. They told me to. They're fine with it.
Yes, sir.
You went out to USC, and all of a sudden you're a Trojan.
Yes, sir.
Walk us through what happened, because everyone wants to know how to go down.
Yes,
there's
sir.
all sorts of rumors, but let's get it from the man himself.
Yes, sir. A lot of people think it come with, money or, a lot of things like that. But what I tell you is, it has a lot to do with everything outside of football. And when I say that, it's like my major. I want to major in business entrepreneurship and open up barbershops, and not only barbershops. Start trucking companies and things like that. So it's a lot of things I want to do. I have a tat called No Limit. It's the reason I got that tat, because I feel like there's no limit to what I can do, and I just want to do a lot of things and not just limit myself.
So it's the stuff outside of football. That's the answer. How did we get there? What did USC tell you that said, hey, aside from football, here's how coming to USC will prepare you for your entrepreneurial endeavors, your
Yes, sir.
Businesses that you want to start?
Yes,
Because
sir.
every school is going to be like, oh, well, if he wants to start businesses, we all have business schools.
Yes, sir.
So
with USC being like a 9% accepting rate, I just love to hear that, because you have to be real A1 to just get in, and plus they have like the top business school in the country. So, well, overall, one of the top business schools. So it's like, man, why not?
They give you the business school pitch.
Yes, sir.
You see it, you like it.
Yes, sir.
You flip.
Yes, sir.
What did your parents say?
My parents, that was all behind. My parents always leave the decision up to me. They never play a part, because at the end of the day, I have to go do the 3 and out or 4 and out at the end of the day. So they all leave everything up to me. Now, it's a long way from December, so, I never know what the future may hold. That's something I always say, because, I was committed to UGA, and I always told people never knew what the future may hold, and now I'm with USC. So I never know what the future may hold, but I'm just here to live it and keeping in God's hand and trust the process.
You're a very religious young man. Coach said you pray a lot.
Yes, sir.
You prayed on this, I'm sure.
Yes, sir.
But you're also very close to your family. What happens if you go to USC and your folks are still here in Manchester?
With me, I look at life as you have to expand and you have to leave some people behind. Not saying that the main and important ones will be left behind, but to achieve goals, you have to leave some things behind and go do things for you and your future. And, family, no one can help you achieve goals for you and yourself to accomplish for your future and for it to play out how you want it. So with that being said, the family play a big part in it, but at the end of the day, it's always up to me to go out there and put the work in for me and my future.
I could not have said it better myself. That is a fantastic outlook on life and very apropos.
Yes, sir.
You told your parents, they're like, hey, you got to do this on your own. We'll support you in it. Then you had to make a call at Georgia. Who'd you call?
I really didn't make a call. They contacted me. They greeted me good. They were saying, I'm behind you. I'll always be one of your biggest fans, and good for you. Good luck. And it's a marathon. They're still coming with the heat, and they're never going to stop. There's something Coach Trey Scott told me from day one. He said, JT, it's going to be a marathon, and that's something he always stick with. And I really thank him for trusting in his process, his recruiting process.
So you heard from Trey Scott first.
Yes, sir.
When did you hear from Kirby?
Kirby texted me like the next text message after Trey Scott. He texted me, he was like, same thing. He's never going to stop. He's going to outwork everybody the same way, I have to outwork everybody. And I always come with it, it's a process.
Are they outworking everybody?
They coming hard. It's a lot of schools coming hard. Bama, Georgia, a lot of schools. And, it's a hard decision. But at the end of the day, like I say, I have to go do the 3 years. So whatever school I do choose or, to sign off to, at the end of the day, it's going to have to be the one for me, no matter what. No pros or cons. Once I sign the paper, it's going to have to be for me. Okay.
You talked to Kirby. You talked to Trey Scott. They tried to get you back on campus the following weekend, but it was Easter.
Yes, sir.
And you said, okay, hey, I'm going to wait till the G-Day weekend.
Yes,
you came
sir.
up, had a long weekend in Athens. What was it like? What were you thinking?
It was good. I was just up there picturing myself playing, on the field and just making plays all across the field. Georgia, it always felt the same every time I go. It always felt like home. Growing up in Georgia, all you know is Georgia. You never knew anything about California, anything else outside of Georgia. So growing up here, it holds a strong place in my heart,
You say you see yourself on the field.
Yes, sir.
Where were you seeing yourself? Who were you watching going, that could be me?
Michael Reeves, the Georgia coaches, they talk a lot about the replacement, how it was Trayvon Walker 3 years later, Michael Williams, and now 3 years later they plan to put me in that position and replace Michael Williams, which I feel that I could do. I have a good chance of doing.
Where do you prefer to play? I mean, I've seen you out here at, I've seen you shade,
Yes,
inside.
sir.
I've seen you play 3. You were lined up at 5 when you
Yes,
threw the
sir.
guys to the ground. Where do you want to be?
Me, I don't, like I say, no limit. So I don't like to limit myself on any position. I always play anything I can help the team out at. If that's DN, 3 tech, nose guard, I'll play anywhere. Anything to help the team. I'm a team guy.
But if Trey Scott says, hey, where do you want to play? What are you going to tell him?
I'm telling defensive end.
Okay. We want to ask because, again, the team might have a different need.
Yes,
and we
sir.
saw that with Michael.
Yes, sir.
Michael, they needed him more inside. Now they've got the bodies now. They can move him more to the outside. He's playing standing up.
Yes, sir.
So we're seeing more of that. What did your community say when you flipped? Because I'm looking at a lot of folks around here
Yes,
wearing
sir.
Georgia hats and
So,
license
a lot
plates.
of people, all they know is Georgia. Like I said, they don't know anything outside of Georgia. So a lot of people was hurt. A lot of people were with me, and the people that were hurt, like I said, they don't know anything about outside of Georgia. So it's hard for them to really understand and really root for someone. But the ones that did root for me, they told me they always support me no matter where I go, and everything is everything.
You can't make your community happy, but you said something twice that's very interesting to me, that they didn't know, and a lot of people don't know anything outside of Georgia. One of the criticisms that you received, one of the things that people said about you was He's a country boy. He went to the big city, the big lights out in LA blinded him and made him flip.
Yes, sir.
Was it the big lights in Hollywood that just like,
no,
oh man,
sir.
this is great?
No, sir. You know, any lifestyle can be for anyone, whether it's the country, the city, you know, anywhere. You know, it can be for anyone. You know, you can make anything happen anywhere, wherever you decide to go. Just Cali, the lifestyle not always, you know, the biggest thing to me. You know, I don't too much care for the big cities, the light, the shine. You know, I just want to get and grind and do the hard work so life could be easy later on.
Okay. The other theory or assumption was USC dropped a big bag of cash on him, and that's what flipped it.
Yes, sir. And, you know,
And now you kind of addressed it earlier, but I wanted to ask you specifically.
Yes, sir.
Was it a giant bag of money?
No, sir. And, you know, I never, to be honest with you, you guys might think I taught money with, you know, each school. And to be honest, I haven't taught no money with no school yet, to be honest with you, man. Everything just really coming out of pure heart and feeling right now. And no money is involved right now. No matter where I go, you know, money will be a part of it just because NIL. And, you know, I don't play, I would not say I don't play a big part in it, but I would use that to my advantage to boost my future and the things I really want to do in life. Like football, I look at it as a way to help me do the things that I really want to do in life, and that's start businesses.
You want to start businesses. You said you wanted a fleet of trucks.
Yes, sir.
Why the fleet of trucks? I think it's a great idea. I'm not cast out, but I want to hear it from you.
You know, I always grew up, you know, when you were growing up, you're really not knowing what you want to do in life. You don't really have a picture of your future. You know, you're just saying a whole bunch of off-the-wall things that you just want to do or be in life. And driving trucks are one of them for me. Now, me being behind the wheel, that's a whole different thing. You know, I might not get behind the wheel, but I'll start the company, you know, have, you know, people in my community that, you know, jobless or have a hard time, you know, finding jobs. You know, it's an easy job to come work for me and, you know, just have everything going, you know, help someone out.
Do you want to start the businesses here
Yes,
in
sir.
Manchester?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The other one you said you want to have a barbershop.
Yes, sir.
You cut hair.
Yes, sir.
How much you charge?
$15.
$15. You
Yes,
thought
sir.
up.
In the small country, you know, so, you know.
How much do you think you can get when you open up the big barbershop?
The big barbershop, see.
I mean, you'll be a former
Yes,
NFL
sir.
football player cutting hair.
Yes,
that's going to
sir.
be an Instagram experience, you know.
So it really, you know, barbering coming with a lot. So it really depends on, you know, the timing and the clients or what type of hairstyle. So like I said, if a person get a temp fade and it's after hours and, you know, I'm out the shop and they call me and say I need a haircut. Down here, you know, I'll say $25, you know, charge a little extra just because it's after hours and now I have to rush you in. But if I was at the big stage right now, you know, really popping with it, I'll 40 to 50, you know, in the high numbers, you know, I watch a lot of hair cutting videos on Reels and, you know, TikTok and things like that. So
Wait, stop right there. Celebrity barber. They
Yes,
charge
sir.
40, 50 bucks.
And some of them do 100, you know, a
Yeah,
lot
I was
of
about to say,
things
you
like
are
that.
undercutting this dramatically.
Me, I just do it out of pure, out of pure heart and just something that I just want to do. So I don't really look at it as charging people a lot of money just for a haircut. You know, everyone wants a haircut. So I don't think that I just charge a person a lot of money just for a haircut. You know, everyone needs one.
Great philosophy. I love it. Georgia has a good business school, Terry College of Business.
Yes,
They
sir.
rave about it. It's one of the highest ranked ones out there. Did the coaches talk to you about it when you were on your visit?
Yes, sir. We talked about it, but I didn't really talk too much about it. You know, we'll, really buy into that when we go to the official visit. You know, we'll talk about everything and, you know, plan a lot of things out. See if the school really the fit for me.
Okay. Who are going to be, when you're looking at your entrepreneurial spirit, who are the guys you look up to and say, okay, this is the guy I like to follow in football? This is the football player I'm emulating. I'm watching his tape. I want to be like that.
Yes, sir.
Who are you watching in the business world?
To be honest, man, I like to learn from myself and, you know, my own experiences. That's the same thing as with football. Like with me, I'm not a big football person. I am, but at the same time, I'm not, because I don't sit and watch football 24/7. Because, you know, I'm a life guy. I want to, you know, enjoy life. You know, just be here and enjoy life. And me watching football 24/7, I never just really, you know, bought into that. Even coming up, growing up, I never just really could just watch football. And it's like, it was hard. So for me, you know, I just want to What was your question? So I can get back to it.
I just wonder if there's anybody you
make sure I
watch when it
answer.
comes to
Yes, sir.
entrepreneur. You're
yes,
like,
sir.
I like
Me,
what
I just,
Shaq does. I like what this guy does. I like that what guy
yes,
does.
sir. You know, I have a lot of people, you know, as in, like Von Miller and,
Von
you know,
Miller,
Trayvon Walker was a big one, you know, Nick Bosa, you know, a lot of the good guys, defensive ends, you know, I like to watch those guys and learn from them. But me, I really like learning from my own experiences, you know, me being a big viral person coming in ninth grade with the boosted head. You know, I got hit with some adversity, you know, coming into ninth
Oh, yeah, you
grade
got
thinking.
injured.
Yeah, so I had 2 knee injuries in one season, which knocked me out for the regular season, and I didn't come back to the playoff time. And I only played 2 playoff games. So, you know, the ninth grade year was a setback year. So I came 10th grade, you know, 10 times harder. And each year I try to get better and better.
You were viral before you even got to high school.
Yes, sir.
I remember the picture of you, what looked like you were in the woods.
Yes, sir. 8th grade. You
Eighth
know,
grade,
country,
all
working out.
country strong
Yes,
and big old arms. And people are like, who's this kid? You hadn't even taken a snap of high school football.
No, sir.
But then all of a sudden you have to sit out your ninth grade year because you get injured.
Yes, sir. It was crazy, but you know, adversity. I could say that's what built me. You know, facing adversity at an early age. You know, it taught me a lot in life. You know, everything might not go the way you planned it or you wanted, but at the end of the day, life keep going. Either you're gonna sit there and cry about it, or you're gonna pick it up and keep going. And I chose to pick it up and keep going.
That sounds like something you learned in Manchester.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Small town Georgia. I came from one myself.
Yes, sir.
you learned to keep going.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of keep going, you said that the Georgia coaches have told you this is a marathon. They're going to keep after you. That's their MO. They've done that with every top. We saw KJ Bolden. He was
Yes,
committed
sir.
to FSU. Flips on signing day because they never stopped. He said it was the reason, you know, was that they never quit.
Yes, sir.
You know they're not going to quit on you. What can they do? What can they do to bring you back?
As of right now, I really haven't thought about anything, you know, they could do to bring me back. Like I said, only time would tell. So, like, even when the time comes, if I just decide, you know, that's where I want to be, then that's where I was signed to, you know. A lot of things just come with it, like, you just have to imagine yourself playing in those positions and playing in that city, and would you really, you know, how would it be if you really played there? You know, that's something I just really think about.
Where else can you see yourself playing? You're committed to USC, so you can see yourself there. You were at Georgia, you saw yourself there.
Yes, sir.
A ton of other schools coming after you. It's
Yes,
not just
sir.
a USC Georgia thing.
Yes, sir.
This is where else can you see
with
yourself?
me, you know, I'm a competitive type guy, and with me, I feel like anywhere I go, I'll make it work just because of the person and the type of work ethic I have. So with me, I can picture myself playing anywhere, man. You know, all it comes down to is who you want to be coached by. You know, what coach has the best interest in you. And with that, you know, a lot of coaches, you know, come off hard and real, you know, and you only can choose one. So, I mean, it comes with a lot of tough decisions and, you know, a tough thinking about it. And hey, when you make that final decision, you have to just rock with it.
Last question. When do you make that final decision? I mean, you're committed now, so
Yes,
it's
sir.
as if there is one, but you said that nothing's solid. I mean, nothing's
sir.
not solid. Time will tell.
Yes, sir.
When will you know in your heart of hearts, hey, I'm here. This is my school.
Yes, sir.
I'm done. Stop calling me. Stop swinging by.
You know, I'll know by December. I plan on enrolling early to whichever college I sign to. You know, I plan on enrolling early and, you know, getting there and putting in work. So by December, I have that made up.